Hello, fellow creators. Just wanted to go through this quick challenge really quick. Going to go ahead and rename all of these so that way they're in order of creation date. So, what this little quick challenge is to complete the graphic. So, I am going to attempt this in two different ways. So, the first way is really simple. I'm just going to open up all these in Photoshop. All right. And then using the generative fill, I'm just going to go Control A and I'm just going to see what it does by default and see what I get in results. If this is amazing, I'm going to be doing this to all the images and submitting them all. But we'll see what AI does for me. And that's nowhere near what it should have been. Um, so I'm going to do a little bit better then. Is I'm just going to lasso the area that I want. So deselect with the lasso tool. I want in this relative area bunny body. Let's see what it does now. Kinda. I think that one did it. The only thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to erase some of the basket here, but I'm going to use an eraser with a very, very soft brush. So that way I can keep all of this detail, but re-get my basket back. I don't know why it killed the basket, but there we go. And then actually, because it rebuilt the inside of the basket, we're going to rebring this back. All right. Now, the only other effect here is that what I'm going to do is shrink down the brush and I'm going to harden it to about 70. This way, I can see and get more of a sharp edge of the pieces I want to keep. And then what I'm doing is I'm switching back and forth between erase and include. That way I can get these nice sharp edges. And I'm going to need to actually fully harden it right here, just so that way I can get this in here. What I also could do is mask out this upper one, but I think that did a good job. I just want all of these to be hard. I think the first one is done. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And it's going to be in the challenge folder. And then I'm going to do the second one. This one's a smaller one. So lasso, and I'm going to be a little bit more precise on how I want the shape to be. And it doesn't matter about spelling because it does kind of like cross check, and apparently it did not like that word. Hmm. It sometimes blocks it just because the word body. And sometimes it picks up the shape a little funny, but I'm going to let it see what it does here. I think that is also perfect. In fact, no work needs to be done on it. So the other thing I noticed in this file is there's a lot of white space. So I'm going to go ahead and crop this down because I'm going to be turning these into engraving files. So do that. And then I'm going to go and select my layers, and then I'm going to convert to smart object. And the reason why I'm doing this is so that way I don't lose my original, but yet I can enhance this. So then I go filter, no, sorry, image, image size. And instead of 10 inches, I'm going to double it. Now, I'm not going to double it exactly, but if you ever did want to know, what you could do is inside these fields. So if I go back and go image size and you want it to be perfectly double, you could just do times 2. So it's the little asterisk 2. And then it will do an exact. And if you wanted to see what the number would be, you can hit the tab key and it would jump to the next field. But that looks pretty good. The only other thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to do a levels effect. So I'm going to do levels here, and I'm going to pull these in to where those peaks are no longer in it. And what that does is it sharpens up the image. And then you can do is play with the inner one, and it will change the contrast between your lines. So about there actually looks pretty good. And I can adjust these, bring them over a little bit more, and it allows you to adjust layer, and none of this was damaging. I can go all the way back to my original and even select the old AI file. So that is how I'm creating on this one. I'm going to close because, and I'm going to hit yes just because it did that. But if I were to, let me show you the example here. If I were to change this and hit save and then jump back over, oops, wait a minute here. I know I'm in that. Oh, okay. And then I come back over here, the new body is selected. I don't know why it didn't jump back to the right one. So, but what I could do is jump back and forth between old and new versions. And then that way, boom, it's the exact version that I want. Everything's good. So I'm going to hit save, and I'm going to save it as the Photoshop file. That one's already done. So this one here, I'm going to have the bunny holding it. So what I'm going to do is create a lasso of approximately what a hand would look like. It's going down underneath the image, and then I'm going to come up here. It's going to be the round of the head, and then we're going to do the first ear, and then the second ear, and then around the head, and then the neck, and then the shoulder, and then the arm, coming up to holding the egg. Okay, rough idea of. So I know I'm going to need to keep that original and keep this original. Those are the two elements that have to stay the same. I'm going to put a period at the end because sometimes it wants it to be a complete sentence. So we're going to, that is horrendous. Um, what is going on with this? I'm getting horrible results today. Let's just change it out. That was not good. um, I'm not sure what's going on today, but these results are no good. That's better. I mean, that's the best one so far. Oh, too many questions. I should just have thumbs up, thumbs down. Don't like that. Let me get a prompt for this. In fact, let's go Firefly on this one. So I'm going to bring this over. F11. We're going to bring this in for this one. So, oh, I didn't prompt it first. We want line art, so I'm going to find a prompt that is a line art drawing or close to it. That's line artish enough. I'm not going to search for too long. We're going to remove the geometrics because I know I don't need that. I am spelling those way wrong. That's why my results are not coming out good. Bunny rabbit. Comma, black, white, art. Okay. And then I'm going to upload that image here. So I'm going to Alt tab out, Alt tab back. Yep. It's going to detect what's going on with that image. Perfect. Try prompt. I always suggest selecting a prompt ahead of time because that way it does not take up your creative credits when you're developing. That is there a strength? I'm having bad results today. I've never had this issue before. It would keep like exactly what I had and add to it. Let's get rid of the holding the egg part. Is it? I mean, I'm getting better results than what I had inside Photoshop. Hmm. Well, let's try Photoshop one more time. I mean, that one's funny, but let's try this. I guess I'm gonna have to be more creative on my description. Before I used to be less creative, and so I was like, "Ooh, this is easy." I now can just outline it and say car, and it would do it, and it was like perfect. Yeah, that is. I mean, um, actually, that's the one I'm gonna go with. So I'm gonna leave that layer, and what I'm going to do is bring this one temporarily above. Bring it back. Okay, so all I gotta do is erase his face area here. So go eraser. I'm on the mask. All right, so we'll need to move him. Undo. Fix. I just want to get rid of this. We don't need these because he has whiskers. And I'm gonna erase this stick over here. I got an idea for that then. All right. So now easier is I'm going to do this one, turn off the, go select color range. I'm going to make sure I select just the black, bring it up to where it's full. And then I'm going to make a new solid color. And then I'm going to turn off the old layer, because now what this does is it gives me the capability of putting this beneath. And then we're going to make a solid, new solid. And we want white behind. Okay. That way now I can control it fully. This guy, move to right there. And then the eraser, because I got a little bit dirt. I think that looks good. Yeah, eraser again, actually. There's a little bit. Oh, there we go. And then I'm going to go into this upper layer here. I'm actually going to just duplicate this. We're going to black it. Something came on. Oh, where's it at? Okay, found it. It was one of those. Forgetting that you guys can't hear it anyway, so that's not a big deal. But now I'm just going to simply, with the brush tool, draw two lines here, and that is not what I wanted for the brush. Flow rate 100, opacity 100. There we go. Go. I want that to be sharper. Undo, undo, undo. What I do is I have in my brush here smoothing 100%. So you're going to have to hold it and delay. And then this one's going to be bigger because it's closer up. All right. And then the same thing, I'm going to take all of this, convert to smart object so I don't lose it. I'm going to go image, image size, and I'm going to do 20 just to make it easy. And then we go and put above that layer a new levels adjuster. And I'm just going to simply bring this one in so there's no grays or very little grays. It sharpens the image more. And then I'm going to close and save. And that one is done. Next challenge. This is where I saw the one that I was going to keep in my Firefly. Where'd it go? Firefly. I like this little bunny here. So I'm going to simply download this. It didn't download. Ah, it did. It just didn't pop up for me. All right, so I'm going to move this to my project folder. And then I'm going to bring it in here. And then we're going to go select color range. Again, I'm just going to select black. And then I'm going to make a new solid color. And I want it to be 100% black. And now all I have on that layer is the black outline that it had. So if I select this and move it around, all you see is the black. And then what I'm going to do is just simply come in here and clean it up. So I'm going to select the actual mask. I'm going to hit the eraser. I'm going to clean up all the edges that are close to the bunny. Of course, his ears are going to be those ears, so we're going to go ahead and get rid of these ears. All right, and then that should be good. And then with the lasso, I'm just going to hit L for lasso. I'm going to come in here and get close. Delete. This is just a rough deletion. You just want to get anything that's close to the bunny out of the way. Ah, I bumped my own hand against the tray there. Okay. That's fine, because now what I'm going to do is do a selection close to the bunny, Control Shift I, then delete, and now everything around that bunny is deleted. Now I'm going to right click, convert to smart object, Control T, and I'm going to scale it up to match the size of, actually cancel that scale. I'm just going to move him to where he's closer to it, but he does need to be scaled up a little bit. How did I get, oh, we're going to need to scale him up a little bit. So the ears are going to match. And there we go. I think that one's done. Maybe I could put a couple eggs in the basket. So to make a quick, easy egg shape, just draw a circle and then go to A, the direct select, and all you have to do is pull one of the sides up. And there's a quick egg. I'm going to pull these out a little bit. They don't have to be absolutely perfect. Now on that shape layer, what I'm going to do, why isn't it giving my, I'll have to be in pen tool. Got it. So I want the stroke to be like 7 point, the fill to be white. There we go. And actually the stroke way bigger. Why isn't it? Do I select all of them? It changed this. Yeah, it's not doing the stroke. This is weird. Oh, okay, now I got it to work. I have to enter. So that's 9. So we're gonna want like 3. Nope. Well, like 4. I have to enter. And the stroke color, I need to reset it to black. All right. Now, Control T. I should be able to, yeah, okay. Move it, get it close to where I need to have it. Okay. Clone. Oops. I don't know what's going on. It's like doing its own thing. I didn't hit anything. Did I double click? Did the panel pop up in front of me? I have a feeling that's what it was. The little contextual panel must have popped up in front of me. All right. Um, Now all I need to do is select these two ellipses and then convert smart. And then I'm going to just create mask, hit the eraser. And now I'm just going to hit click shift between the two just so I can find my line, get it in here. Because here's the cool thing. I can hit X to invert and pull it back pretty much with ease. Because I'm working with a black and white. This is very, very not so intricate. There we go. Now we have a bunny and some eggs in the basket. Again, I'm going to crop it out just to the artwork. And then I'm going to do the same thing. Convert the whole thing into a smart object. And then apply a levels over the top. And as you see, there's a lot more steps in this one. So I just need to get this high peak out. That's all you're really ever firstly worried about, because Illustrator will do the rest of the work for the lines. And then I'm going to go ahead and save and close. And I think that's all I'm going to do on camera for the moment. You guys have a great day. Stay creative.